Today I'm going to show you how to make pork rind flour. It's very easy to make. I use it in a lot of different recipes. Yes, you can buy it on Amazon, but it's very expensive. I buy the big bags of Max at Walmart. It's very economical. They are fried in their own fat, so there's no bad oils. And so what I do is I had bought this big jar at Sam's Club, and they're great too. They're very good, but it's this huge container. From the bag, I just put it in this container to keep it fresher. And you might say, well, why don't you just buy the containers? It's because I don't want all these plastic containers left over. So now what I do is I have this small little food processor. This is a small one. I do have a regular size one, but this I bought from my dad about 35, 40 years ago, and I inherited it. And I was just thinking the other day, this has lasted a long, long time. So I just put the pork rinds in, cover this so they stay nice and fresh, and then you just turn it on, and it's going to be noisy. And then you just check to make sure that it's all, and it is. So then this is a jar, a container that I bought the Max in, and you can get these containers at Walmart. And what I'm just doing now is I'm putting all of the pork rind flour into this container. And what I did a whole bag of pork rinds yesterday, so that whole big bag of pork rinds, this is how much pork rind flour I got out. So you may need, depending on your recipe. So then I just put it in here. And then you have pork rind flour ready for when you need it. What I normally do, I'm going to be using a lot of this pork rind flour in the next few days. But normally what I would do is I would put it in a Ziploc bag and I'd store it in the refrigerator, and that way it will always be ready when you need it. But as I said, I'm going to be using quite a bit, so I'll just put it in this container. I use this a lot in replacement of nut flours. We don't use a lot of nut flours. We don't eat nuts all that much. So I have pumpkin muffins, chocolate brownies. I use it for my crumb topping on apple crisp and my crustless pumpkin pie. I've used it instead of breadcrumbs in meatloaf and meatballs. I've also used it instead of breadcrumbs as a topping with olive oil on fish, on chicken, on pork. So it's very versatile. And if you don't want to use nut flours and you want a lower carb option, then pork rind flour is for you.